You do not begin with power. You begin outside a courthouse, watching ordinary people walk in with the worst day of their lives on their shoulders. Something about that doorway stays with you. You decide you do not just want to win arguments, you want to understand people before the law changes their lives. On your first day of law school, everyone looks like they already belong. You keep your face calm, but your hands are gripping the notebook a little too tightly. The law is not one big dramatic speech. It is deadlines, footnotes, procedure, precedent, and the uncomfortable truth that one missed detail can hurt someone. Some people answer questions before you have even understood them. You smile like you are fine, then go home and read the same paragraph 5 more times. Then one day, a tutor nods at something you say. It is not much, but for the first time, you think maybe you're not completely out of place. Confidence does not make the work easier. It only gives you enough courage to keep showing up when your brain is tired and your life feels smaller. Then training becomes real. A client sits across from you, scared, embarrassed, and hoping you know what to do. In court, your voice sounds different when people are depending on it. Every word feels heavier when it might affect someone's home, job, family, or freedom. And then you miss something. Not because you do not care, but because you are new, overwhelmed, and human. Nobody needs to shout for it to hurt. The disappointed silence of a client can stay with you longer than any lecture. A senior lawyer does not tell you to forget it. They tell you to remember it properly, then make sure it changes how you work. So you rebuild the boring parts of yourself. Checklists, preparation, second readings, better questions, and the humility to ask for help before it is too late. Another frightened client arrives. This time, you do not pretend to know everything. You slow down, listen, and do the work properly. When the hearing ends, nobody claps, but the client breathes out, and that is enough. The first praise feels good for about 5 seconds. Then you realize praise is just another way of saying people will expect more next time. You are trusted with harder cases now. The files are thicker, the stories are messier, and nobody fits neatly into good or bad. Junior colleagues start asking what you think. You answer carefully because you remember how dangerous confident nonsense can be. You learn that justice is not quiet. It is two frightened sides telling different truths, both desperate to be believed. Eventually the room goes still and the decision lands on you. Not because you are certain, but because someone has to act with the facts they have. You find the detail everyone else missed. A date, a message, a contradiction. Small enough to hide, important enough to change everything. After that, people say your name differently. It sounds like respect, but it also sounds like pressure arriving early. Success does not remove doubt. It just gives doubt a better office and fewer people you can admit it to. The job keeps taking little pieces of your normal life. Missed dinners, unanswered messages, birthdays you leave early, sleep you never quite get back. Then the cases become the kind people read about. Cameras wait outside, strangers form opinions, and the human beings inside the file become headlines. The more visible you become, the easier it is for people to forget you are still a person. They judge your face before they understand your reasons. Then a case arrives that does not let you sleep. A young life, a broken family, a victim who wants justice, and a defendant who is still human. By now, people expect you to know what to do. Inside, you are still asking yourself whether any answer can be fair enough. So you breathe, you speak slowly, keep your voice steady, and remember that panic helps nobody in a room already full of fear. Just when you think the case is under control, new evidence arrives. The story changes shape, and everyone looks for someone to blame. This is where the work changes you. You learn to stay kind without becoming soft, and stay firm without becoming cruel. The turning point is not dramatic, it is a quieter truth. The law can punish harm without pretending the person who caused it is only a monster. The sentence is handed down. One side feels it is too much, the other feels it is not enough, and you understand why both are hurting. Years later, the robe is offered to you. It is supposed to feel like achievement, but in your hands, it feels like responsibility. Now a nervous junior lawyer looks at you the way you once looked at your mentor. You try to give them honesty, not theater. At the higher levels, the hardest battles happen behind closed doors. Pressure comes disguised as advice, politics, public opinion, and reputation. One day, the easy path is obvious. Say what people want, protect yourself, move on, and let someone else carry the damage. You choose the decision you can still live with in the quiet. Not the popular one, not the easy one, the honest one. Not everyone respects the right decision. Some people only respect a decision when it gives them the ending they already wanted. Leadership means standing still while the storm hits. You explain the law, accept the anger, and refuse to turn justice into revenge. Eventually, you stop chasing approval. You start building something better for the people who will enter those doors after you. At the top, the title feels smaller than the lives beneath it. Every case reminds you that authority without humanity is just another kind of harm. You return to the courthouse steps where it started. The building looks the same, but you finally understand what it asks from anyone who walks inside. This is your life in the law, not power, not speeches, not easy answers, just pressure, sacrifice, and the daily choice to stay human. The real question is not whether you want the title, it is whether you can carry other people's lives without losing your own humanity.